fabulous people. How you doing today? Hope you had a great weekend. I am Mariah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here with me. Hello, ladies.
Good morning.
How you, what's this Queen Elizabeth kind of wave this morning? What are you feeling like?
Kind of wave.
Most beautiful girl. That's true.
That's how they do.
How you doing?
I'm very good.
How's your weekend?
Weekend fantastic. I think that from Wednesday last week, I entered a new zone. So it's been a phenomenal one. I don't know. I've been listening to the messages back to back over the weekend from ELC is finally over. I don't know which has been my favorite, but I've been so blessed, and I'm feeling, there's this feeling when there's a whole lot to be done. But I went to a party. I went to a party yesterday, and I realized I felt my son was getting cheated because he was on the queue for cotton candy for a long time, only to realize that they had given him 4 times. He will collect the cotton candy, he will not move. He will finish the cotton candy right there and check his hand, another one right there. I felt that they were not answering him. Only they said, Auntie, we've given him too much. My husband now told me this morning that Daniel is a sharp boy. He senses the sauce and he goes there and just waits. Why should I be going around when I can just...
God. These kids are unbelievable.
How
are you doing, Jumoke? How was your weekend?
I'm great. Bye. I go there, deal.
I have to.
My weekend was really interesting. I had the radio interview yesterday. Pastor Sam mentioned that you should invest the CDs from the ELC in people's...
okay, so I should buy...
Please buy and invest in people.
It's
fantastic.
Fantastic. That's good. How was your weekend, Nima?
I've not had this kind of stressful weekend in a long time. When we were from Friday, she just came home. Usually she's very playful, quiet. I said, Mommy, I just want to sleep. And she just kept saying sleep. She didn't eat, she didn't do anything. But Saturday when they're going, Auntie, thank you so much. My auntie was wonderful. My auntie is a matron at the FMC, Federal Medical Center, Ebutemeta. She was wonderful. She really helped. But Gufran, she stressed silly out of me. Me, I'm very weak. I was very scared. But I thank God. She's fine now. She's just there refusing to eat as usual, but she's taking as little as possible. But she has stopped vomiting and stooling.
Have they removed the dead
aside
body
all that
from
stressful, oh God of mercy, that's another day story.
They had a rotting body in their area that was refused to be moved, but
they finally moved it on Saturday.
That's good. Okay, all right, cool. My weekend, I think, it was just a lot of things happening. Just too many family functions, going out. I was receiving family, It was nice seeing family.
It's weird being married to the first son.
Our house is always the depot of people.
I don't have anybody. People don't visit.
Like, our house, everybody just comes there. Everybody just converges to my house. There's a converging point for the whole family. But it's good. I have no problem with it. I'm not complaining.
Mariah, First lady,
that kind of
you are prepared, First lady of your family, you can then become first lady and then president of Nigeria.
That kind of thing.
Amen.
All right,
that
let's take a quick break now. When we return, we'll look through the front pages of the newspapers. Stay with us, we'll be right back. All right, we're going to start with the Punch. Inauguration, Buhari limits ministers' guests to 2. Oh, that's all. Oh, no, okay, there are a few more stories here. Top right. Federal government states local government record 1.32 trillion shortfall in allocations. Lawyer smashes sister's eye during fight over property. Yeah? Nigerian wins Scrabble championship. Okay, I'm sure you guys didn't read this top right.
We didn't read Punch because we didn't think we were going to use it.
Okay, because of the
but I read the
Buhari,
I read the inauguration.
Buhari limits ministers to guests.
So he's going to inaugurate his cabinet this Wednesday, and he sort of gave the Riot Act, saying that each minister was only entitled to 2 visitors each. These are our presidents there.
We don't want to spend too much money on shopping because a lot of times this inauguration process tends to be budgeted for. There will be vendors, food vendors, and all that.
Yes,
we don't have that money
how
for
can my
ceremony.
husband be nominated for minister?
God
and
bless
I will not
you.
go. My sister go. His sister, his cousin, his grandmother.
Mariah.
Why would we all go and support? What is that?
When
what are the 2 guests?
When you are going for court case that is a negative one, we go with entourage. Imagine when you're not going for a positive event, then everybody in your
I'm
family wants to
saying,
be
so they
there.
should allow us to bring family.
No.
My husband cannot become
We
minister.
no longer
and I'll not
have
go with family.
money.
Right,
These
that's,
people.
there's something I read an article a few weeks ago, and Samuel Kolawole mentioned the fact that we celebrate ministerialhood as if it is a position of you are becoming a CEO of a company.
Of the Federal Republic
when you
of
become
Nigeria.
a minister in Nigeria, we should pity you because you are going there to work, and we're going to expect so much from you, and we're going to challenge you on the matter.
Right.
No celebration.
We should change the perspective. Ministerial nominations or becoming a minister should not become so lucrative. It should be somewhere actually going. We should be sending you forth, saying, "Oh my goodness, Peleo,
you are going to work."
That's how we should be. Okay, moving on very quickly to the nation. Yay! Eaglets beat Mali 2-0 to retain under 17 FIFA World Cup. Woo-hoo! You can see the young boys. So should we just be patient and let these ones become the Super Eagles?
Yeah, so
Let's just promote them right now.
let's just be patient. But let's just take the remaining stories. No foreign jamborees, Buhari tells ministers. And there's actually a list here I can give to you. Foreign travels must be official. No flamboyance. Strict adherence to the rule of law. Compliance with civil service rules. Few convoy cars.
that's all.
Cooperation with prominent sects. No minister of state's row. And appoint some special advisors from the civil service.
No several aids.
Bloody clash over Taraba judgment. Jonathan's camp kicks over 2019 PDP zoning. Okay, so are we celebrating our guys in this page?
No, take it in the sun. It's in front page.
But I want to talk about the Riot Act, the
No
list
foreign
of
jamborees.
that I support. One thing I wish we took out from this was the entourage. I wish that there was no entourage. A minister should be able to drive through the traffic. A minister should be able to feel what people. You have to be connected with what people are going through on a daily basis. That way, when you're secured, when you have police and all that security, why should they protect you? Why is your life more important than my own
So
life?
let me add to what you are saying. You are correct, though. Let me add to what you're saying. A minister should know that it is not one area of the country that you should concentrate on. That once you're a minister, you should concentrate on the entire state. And it goes to the commissioners as well. It's not one area of the state that is important. The entire state should be well governed.
But a minister is going to meetings with foreign investors. You know, you should be allowed to go there early.
We don't have that money, so you drive your
wake
ticket
up
by
early.
yourself.
You should wake up early, go through traffic, and
Okay. You know,
But then again, remember that their lives must be secure. For whatever reasons, you know, evil persists. So you want them.
why are we not talking about this, our Taraba woman?
We will get
you
there.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, we'll get there in Guardian. I can see
Guardian.
it's front page Guardian. Okay. Vanguard, moving on very quickly. Southeast governors divided over pro-Biafra struggle. Corrupt Southeast governors sponsoring Biafra, says Ohaneze Okorocha. Obasanjo, kettle calling pot black, says Achuzia. Protesters storm Enugu, Aba, Port Harcourt. Anambra studies the situation. Abia remains neutral. Ebonyi, Imo condemn protest. Southeast South-South coalition moves against Biafra. Pension funds, court orders arrest of Meina. Nigeria wins FIFA Under-17 World Cup. Elections Tribunal verdict, 8 killed as violence erupts in Taraba. Wanted Boko Haram chieftain arrested at Abuja airport en route to Lagos. Harsh economic environment crashes corporate earnings. Okay, what story is jumping?
Boko
The
Haram.
Biafra guy.
Biafra or Boko Haram?
I want to talk about both of them.
Okay, Boko Haram. Let's start with Boko Haram.
Let's start with Boko Haram. One of the faces, listed by the military as wanted for Boko Haram activities, fortunately was nabbed at Abuja airport trying to come to Lagos. He was planning to board an aero contractor airline. True. And for me, what amazes me is that we thought these people were against good things. And they know how to fly.
Because they were in Sambisa forest, actually. I didn't even know they were actually flying. I thought they were just, walking around in like.
Remember that the Lagos State Police Command showed us some arrested Boko Haram members within Lagos. So.
I'm impressed with the security operatives because sometimes we see those things and I don't think they monitor on board.
I'm happy that somebody at least recognized him.
Recognized the
So it was a good thing that they printed their pictures.
Most wanted numbers. Okay, Southeast Biafra. Who has that story?
I listened. I followed over the weekend how they were protesting the arrest of their leader, and they blocked the Niger Bridge in Onitsha, and then in Asaba lots and lots of people came out protesting that they want him released. His wife also is protesting in the UK, saying that he's a UK citizen and they're not, protecting his life in Lagos. We've said on this table that we should be very careful with the Biafra story. We shouldn't judge or thereabout. But I think that these people, for whatever their cause, should not take us back to the 70s where we had the civil war.
70s, Jumoke. What we see with Boko Haram, what we've seen with the Niger Delta crisis, we don't need crisis.
Now.
We don't need crisis.
We don't need to kill ourselves.
We don't need to. And I applauded them because they were going about it peacefully before, going to international organizations to recognize them.
And I heard that they actually went to the UK also, trying to see how they can get support from the United Kingdom, especially in the issue of Scotland and Ireland.
But I told you about the Radio Biafra messages. They weren't so, peaceful. So we knew that this would happen.
Moving on very quickly to Daily Sun. Heroic Eaglets win FIFA Under-17 World Cup record 5th time. That's back-to-back. 5th time. Oh, wow. That's a record breaker. Boko Haram wanted terrorists. I've talked about that already. 10,000 policemen for HID Awolowo's burial. Taraba Guba. 8 killed, 30 injured as violence erupts, and Biafra must stop hate speech. Okay, so
I need to talk about this.
10,000.
She's a phenomenal person.
Thank you.
She has contributed
carefully, please.
awesomely to
development
in the Southwest and our democracy, totally. But when I saw a press conference by one of her daughters and other organizers addressing the fact that the Anglican Church wants to send 60 people, 60 delegates, men of God, that they all want to attend, and that the Methodists too need to attend, and that the other churches are all going to send somebody, and that Adeboye is going to come, and Orishadefo is going to be there. And I'm wondering, they said the church can only sit 600 and something number of people. Now, in the light of all the crises we're facing as a country, in the light of all the challenges that we're facing, in the light of the struggle that she fought for to promote our democracy, I feel she should be respected. But I also feel that
this is too much.
We don't have 10,000 policemen.
This is too much.
To redeploy
10,000 policemen to be deployed for a burial ceremonies.
And dogs, though.
10,000 policemen and dogs.
This is too much. We should respect and do other things
citizens,
to eulogize her, but
right.
This is too much.
Okay, let's move on.
Right, let me hammer on that. When we had the Lekki robbery last year, was it this year? President Jonathan came to Lagos, and all the police, not all, I'm exaggerating,
4,000
of them
was 4,000
were redeployed to protect him along the roads, and
so
other areas were porous. Let's remember that.
Whoa, the Eaglets finally!
Yes, so
I was so excited.
Our young boys,
our
young boys. Honestly, we believe in you. We trust you. We thank you for the victory, and we are hoping that you can take us to the what was that? Super Eagles.
Yes.
Let's just groom them to Super Eagles.
That's the best thing. But already they are scouting for them. Foreign football clubs are already scouting for them. That when they divide them now, we'll not have the same body.
We need to give them incentives. We need to
stay.
To stay. We need to improve the conditions of the coach and the team, technical team. We should not in any way let this group get scattered again, because if this victory isn't by this group alone, the other people have been part of it.
Must I quickly add that the president had a Skype conversation with them and sang the national anthem with them just before they went, on the pitch for the match.
So how does that make you feel?
It was a major moral booster for them, and they won
such.
That is the Mali they dreaded. They dreaded the Mali team so much. People thought Mali would beat them, but somebody had boosted their morale.
Please. You people talking about moral boosting, that it was the same.
Calm down.
It was the same president that named them the Eaglets in 1985. The first time we won the Under-17 World Cup 30 years ago. Yes, of course, a different thing. Wait, how many people were watching this Under-17 World Cup? How many?
Everybody. In fact, the special advisor of press whatever advisor to the governor of Lagos State was watching. Femi Adesina had confirmed that he was watching.
I didn't watch. I didn't know there was a big
people that would know what to watch were watching.
We were watching UEFA Champions League.
Okay, our last paper for this morning, very quickly. Last paper for this morning. The Guardian. 30 die in Taraba over Guba Tribunal ruling. I think that's the only people we're taking. That's the only story we're taking here. Again, golden eaglets rule the world. Yes, we talked about that. Vegetable oils can cause cancer, experts warn. NERC issues new rule of metering. NNPC raises hope on oil find in Chad Basin. Lagos-bound Boko Haram member arrested at Abuja. The burden of political patronage. Okay, so
Can
Taraba.
I talk about the cancer before we move on?
No, we
to
can't
Taraba?
because we don't have time.
Okay.
We've lost time. So let's just talk to Taraba theory.
Why do we kill ourselves? What are we trying to achieve? 30 dead because one person won election, one person lost. How is the person winning election or the person losing election affecting your own personal policy? I don't understand why somebody has to die.
Some APC
I don't just
supporters
get
were
it.
jubilating,
It's painful though.
and the PDP were sympathizing, and at some point they clashed. So when they clashed, they didn't intend to clash, they were just jubilating and sympathizing.
But the
and they
ruling
clashed.
has a bit of K-leg because you've been hearing about the
we're
ruling,
waiting.
saying that it's because the PDP
were
governor
anomalies
was
in
not
the-
properly nominated.
it
That
is
they didn't have a
important.
proper, they didn't have a proper primary
Primaries,
in
yes.
PDP. Can they appeal that ruling?
Of course,
Yes, they can.
anybody has
Everybody
power
has-
to
they have a
appeal.
right
When you get to
to.
Supreme Court, you go for long. So they have 21 days. Let's just be patient.
Yourself.
What I'm saying.
Stop
goodness.
killing. You don't need to fight. You don't need to jubilate. You need to ensure the
So,
whoever gets into
I
that
want to
position
celebrate
works.
your female governor.
Yes. So my
I
question
want to
is,
wait
so
till
exactly.
when
So
they
should we wait
exhaust
to
all
superior
appeals.
to Supreme before we start celebrating?
When they exhaust
But
all appeals.
for this minute celebration, congratulations to the what's her name again?
Alasan.
Al Hassan,
Mama
yes,
Taraba.
yes. Congratulations to you, but let us not celebrate until Supreme Court says oppose the ruling. Then we can now really
We can't
celebrate
really
for you.
celebrate because the electoral law seemed to have been violated in this ruling, and at the
Are you
appeal
a
court.
lawyer?
Okay.
You're not a lawyer.
We are waiting. Let them exhaust appeal. We will celebrate.
All right, that's all we can take a front page review. When we return, we have Coventry University here with us. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, according to Coventry University, has broken into the top 15 of universities in the Guardian University Guide 2016. We have guests from Coventry University, Mr. Gary Armstrong. He's the Associate Pro Vice Chancellor, International Business Development, and Mr. Andy Caldwell, the Regional Manager, Africa from Coventry University. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, so you are ranked 15th, obviously, on the Guardian League table 2015. And can you give us a bit of the history about Coventry University? Because I know lots of Nigerians go there.
Yeah.
I have quite a number of Nigerians that I know have graduated from that school university. Tell us a bit of history about the school and why you're scouting for Nigerians in Nigeria.
Well, I mean, that question's a really easy one to answer. Nigerian students are excellent, and we welcome Nigerian students to Coventry because they bring so much quality and diversity to our portfolio of students. But a little bit of the history of Coventry. We're an old university. We were established in the mid-1800s. But I guess people will recognise us as a modern university. So we took full university status in the 1990s, and we now have 25,000 students. About 7,000 of which are international students from 140 different countries. We've invested a lot of money recently, about £50 million into our new engineering building, another £30 million into a health and life sciences building. And over the next few years, another £100 million into research, so we're growing. And our ranking, yes, we're in the top 20 now, and there are about 140 institutions in the UK. So we've moved very rapidly through the rankings. We're very proud of that.
So what are the special courses that you have in Coventry that will help a Nigerian student?
Okay, well, we offer a wide range of courses actually. So in the arts, in engineering, computing, health and life sciences, and of course business. But I guess the ones that are very popular amongst Nigerian students are things like oil and gas engineering, oil and gas management, also computing. But of course, Nigerian students are very diverse and they look for lots and lots of different courses. So we have a wide range of courses. We're here, myself and Andy are here for the next few days to talk to some of the key sponsors in Nigeria as well, to see what's required by the Nigerian economy to help students who are coming back, to make sure that they are ready to be employed, but more importantly, ready to contribute to the Nigerian economy.
Fantastic.
I read that you have multiple campuses. What difference does this make for the Nigerian?
Want to take that?
Yeah, I'll take that. So our main campus is in Coventry. So Coventry is our home. It's where we started. It's our main campus, and that's where we teach all of our courses, the courses that Gary's gone through. But we also have a campus in the heart of London, which opened in 2010. And this is a business-only campus. It's in the heart of London's financial district. And it's mainly postgraduate focused, so mainly MBAs. But the key difference for London campus compared to our Coventry campus is that we can offer students a guaranteed 10-week work placement.
Wow.
Which for students from Nigeria or from anywhere in the world, that opportunity to work in the centre of London, in the financial district, in one of the main prime business districts in the world, is a fantastic experience.
Yes, Nima.
So how can parents and students take advantage? You know, how do they apply?
How do they
what are the
apply?
rules?
Well, if they want to find out more information about any of our courses and any of our intakes, we have intakes throughout the year. So our next available intake is January 2016. So in January 2016, we offer most of our postgraduate courses and some of our undergraduate courses. We then have a further intake in April 2016, which is our London campus only, which is for MBAs. And then our main intake is in September 2016, where we run all of our courses. But for more information about any of our courses and how to apply, you can go online to www.coventry.ac.uk/Nigeria.
Okay, so we can always put that up a bit later after the show. Now, usually people go online or find about Coventry and apply. Now, for you coming to Nigeria to actually get people, is there an advantage to that? Is there some kind of a discount or something an added advantage of you actually coming here to somewhat scout? Is there something like that?
We offer a variety of different advantages to Nigerian students. One of the most popular is our £5,000 Genesis scholarship.
Wow.
So we have, and this is specifically for our MBA Oil and Gas Management course at our London campus. So we're here to actively promote that. We also offer merit scholarships, which are normally between £1,000 and £2,000, which are based on academic merit. We also offer a full payment discount as well.
Oh, fantastic. Wow. That's good. All right. Now, the thing is that, what exactly, how has the Nigerian graduates in Coventry so far, because as I say, I know quite a lot of people that went to that school, how has Coventry helped them in securing jobs within and outside UK?
Okay, I'll start, if I may, on that. Well, I guess it starts really at the grassroots, and that's about the content of the course, because it's very important that courses are designed in a way that makes our graduates very employable. We give, as Andy's already talked, work experience opportunities to make sure that university life is not just about the theory, it's not just about the books, it's about being ready for the global world of employment. Actually, what we've also done, we've employed somebody here in Nigeria, in our Lagos office, to support students who are returning to Nigeria to find employment. So their job is to network with employers here in Nigeria, to make sure that our returning students have got a good network of contacts, help with CV writing, those sorts of things, to make sure that they're best prepared for when they're ready for work.
Oh, cool. You have any questions on Twitter for them?
No. Last question. Now, if I have a degree from Coventry University, does the university have partnership programs such that I can come back to Nigeria and help develop Nigerian educational sector?
Well, we work very closely, as I mentioned earlier, with some of the key sponsors here in Nigeria. So the answer to your question is yes, we partner with a range of sponsors here and a range of businesses to make sure that students are well placed. But I think the important thing is that we're always looking for the next opportunity for students. So what's required here in Nigeria in the next 3, 4 or even 5 years to make sure that we're getting our students prepared. So our partnerships are not just about employment, but they are about learning more about Nigeria and making sure that we're developing courses in a way that contributes to
Now, do you help
the
students in
future.
getting student visa? I'm going to take this to Andy. Do
Exactly.
you have the student visas and it's also a payment plan that's easy for people to pay installment and public payments?
Yeah, so we have a support team that work both in terms of our partners here in Nigeria and our own support team that are here to support our students, however you choose to apply to us through an exhibition or online, who will contact you, run you through the process, let you know what documents you need to send in to us, your transcripts, reference letters, personal statements, and then when it comes to accepting the offer, how you do that. So normally we ask for a 1/3 tuition fee payment first before coming over to Coventry. And then we release what's called a CAS number for students to apply for their visa. And our support team are here, based here in Nigeria, to help students through that process. And then when you come to Coventry, you then pay the remaining another 1/3 of your tuition fees before starting the course. And then you pay the final third before the second term. But as mentioned earlier, if students are able to, then they can receive a tuition fee discount if they're able to pay all of the fees up front before starting their
How
course.
affordable is it to study over there?
How affordable?
And then are foreign students allowed to get student loans?
Okay, student loans aren't available to international students, including Nigerian students. But we do try to support students as much as possible in terms of the finance, in terms of and how they can pay, which is why it's structured in terms of the 1/3 first, and then the second third, and the third final third. But most students tend to normally go through that process, and the tuition fees vary depending on what course they're looking to study. So at the Coventry campus, it's normally from about 11,500 to about £13,000.
Okay. Let me take this call. Kende, good morning. Are you there? Hello? Good morning, Kende. Hello? Okay, I think we lost that
There's
call.
a question on Twitter. Ruth Ogbemudia, PhD, says, is Coventry University in partnership with Chevening?
Yes.
That's a scholarship, I guess.
Yes, Chevening scholarships actually are very prestigious scholarships, I'm sure you're aware. Yes, we do offer Chevening scholarships.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Okay, all right. Now, can people do internships? Like, what I mean is like exchange programs where a Nigerian student comes there or maybe even a Nigerian student here. Do you have partnerships with universities within Nigeria such that even though I go to school here in Nigeria and I wish that I'd gone to Coventry, I don't go to Coventry, but I can actually do like 1 year, like an exchange program just for a year and then come back. Do I have that kind of relationship here? Or are you looking towards that?
No, we're looking towards that actually. We have a number of partnerships worldwide. And part of our mission here in Nigeria is to find academic partnerships to work in conjunction so that we can offer potentially courses that may be part taught here in Nigeria, part taught in the UK. So that's something we're keen to develop.
Let me take this call. Adebola, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Good morning, please go ahead.
Good morning. How will I know of a in Nigeria? Rather than Nigeria.
Yeah, it would rather Coventry has a campus in Nigeria.
Sorry, what minute?
Did you hear him?
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you, but I think you were
Echo.
Hello?
Yes, now we can.
Okay. I thought I would like know them to have a branch in Nigeria. Rather than Nigeria going there, wasting a lot of resources. Thank
Do you have a campus in Nigeria?
Okay, they're saying that maybe it'll be at some point, maybe it would be nice for Coventry to have a campus in Nigeria.
Nigeria.
So instead of people flying, paying room and board and all that, you can at least have it in
understand,
Nigeria. What are you?
Yes, I mean that's certainly something that we're considering, not just here in Nigeria, but in many countries overseas. we see the advantage actually of having campuses and partnerships globally, not just so that students can study part here and part in the UK, but potentially maybe part here, maybe part in the US, part in the UK. So I think as the global environment changes, that's something that's really important. In terms of a campus here in Nigeria, that's something that we would certainly consider, but we need to find the right academic partner to support us with that process.
That's all we can take on this one. But is there any last words you want to say before we go? Andy, anything?
I think just for any more general information about the university, please do go online to the website, as I mentioned before, www.coventry.ac.uk/Nigeria. All of our contact details are on there, and you can apply, or if you want to make a general inquiry, you can do that on that website as well.
Thank you so much, Andy. And
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
We'll take a quick break now. When we come back, challenges facing the young people. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Youth empowerment is pivotal to economic growth and national development, but the unemployment rate seems to increase on a daily basis. There are so many schemes put in place to benefit young people of this nation in each state of the Federation, but the effectiveness of the schemes and who the beneficiaries are need to be determined to ascertain whether it favors young people or not. Now, what are challenges of young people in Nigeria and youth empowerment generally? How can it be tackled? Joining us to shed more light on this is the founder and president, Women Empowered to Achieve the Impossible, Mrs. Margaret Dureke, and her vice president, and her vice president next generation, Miss Chidinma Dureke.
Oh, a daughter.
So, Madam President and Madam Vice President. All right. Okay.
Thank
Good
you
to have
so
you on the
much.
show.
It's really a pleasure.
So, honestly,
Yes.
youth empowerment is something we've heard over and over again.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm personally even tired of hearing the word youth empowerment because
don't
I don't even
be.
know what it means anymore.
Yeah,
So, could you just tell us what exactly does youth empowerment, I mean, according to your own organization, what do you do and how do you do it?
Sure. Thank you so much for having us. Chichi is my oldest daughter. We came also with an American who's our COO for the program we have coming up. We'll talk about it a little bit more. And I totally understand. That's why sometimes I shy away from it. But it's a very big term that if you understand what it means practically, you will embrace it. But I totally get it. For me personally, I came about it after having all these degrees. And I realized that I didn't have what it took to become this person that we want this youth to be. And I found out that there was the juxtaposition of the practical aspect of life while I was in school could have made me this person you all want me to be. So I said, wait a minute, there is a missing link. So a youth empowerment without the practical aspect of it is what produces what I call educated derelicts. So now we have all these degrees and then we don't know how to fold a paper together to form a cone. So our own empowerment is very practical, not just say, you need to stand up and sit up and shut up. No. How do you do it? How do you sit like a lady? You show me how to be. So when I grow up, I'll be that person. So that's the main distinction between anything else you heard about empowerment. For us, it's not a saying, it's a way of life.
Fantastic. Now, let's bring Chichi into it. You want to go ahead?
I read somewhere, or I think I heard somewhere, that the style of education, the way we teach here is what causes the kind of youth we have that we need to start empowering.
Can I get a high five on that one?
That you're supposed to teach from the inside out.
That's
that there's a person inside that that has innate abilities that we're supposed to bring out and not just impose from the outside.
Exactly.
So
Precisely.
How are you, Chidinma, maybe, being that I don't think you're educated here, I can hear some very, very serious phone. How have you been, how were you educated and interaction with Nigerian youth? how do you think we can correct this style of education?
I think from my own personal experience, being raised in both Nigeria and America, bringing that Nigerian-American perspective is very important in a sense that I'm able to use my personal experiences in deciding to be an artist and following that path. There aren't many parents who are encouraging of it. So for me to have that educational background and bringing my own artistic perspective to the youth here, as a graphic artist and a painter, primarily I work in oil on canvas portraits of photo representational images of Black women. And so for me, using my own personal experiences as an artist, I'm able to say, okay, this is what I learned in a classroom, and this is how I was able to apply what I was taught in real life situations, and being a creative, you know what I mean? So I'm able to show them, like, this is what you can do outside of the classroom and make a living from it.
That is great. Now, last week we had a guest here, Joy, and she was saying a lot of things we're discussing is not really about us. There are a lot of young people out there who don't have the kind of opportunities you had, or the kind of opportunities we had to go into proper school. Some, their fathers of mothers, no jobs, they have to hawk on the road. Now, these young people are growing in this kind of environment. We need to, because these are the ones we really need to empower. Because those who have the exposure, can't someone always get by? The ones that really need empowerment are not, they are clueless. How do we find them? How do we educate them? How do we empower them?
What are you doing about that?
Okay, come on, you just spoke to me. My mother and father couldn't read and write. I came here today because I want to be part of the movement that with a positive mindset change, we can change the next generation.
Hallelujah.
See, it's who you were born to is inconsequential to who you could become. What I find is a lot of people here want gimme, gimme, gimme. They have no foundation to ask for something they did not work for. So we have to go back to that mindset change. When you have a son who is 20 years old, he lives for 6 months, comes home with 5 cars, and you, the mother, begin to celebrate, shame on you. Right? In other words, if we don't start with the proper mindset, telling somebody, if you believe in the prayer of Jabez, who was born in pain, and he said God can change it, but he stood the ground and worked hard to be able to get that. So you may be born by whoever your father's name or mother is, that's okay. But if I believe that the only true path to financial success or doing well in life is living a life of integrity, and that's, in fact, that's one of the reasons why I agreed. Literally, they pulled me to come. And we paid for all of this because I think the time is now. Whatever is going on with this administration is sort of what I would like to hear and see. That integrity and discipline. That because if you don't have it, the youths, most of them need to be taught, they need to be rewired mentally about what it takes to build a good life. They just say, my papa gave me, I did degree, or my papa didn't do this. I'm telling you, I used my mind and my spirit to change my life. Everyone who wants it can do it. But a lot of them are into quick fixes. I want a car, you don't even know how the tire is made. You want to build houses all over the place, no road to pass. It is a mentality. See, who you are on the inside is more important than the facade that you put. It is, you're not who you drive and you're not what you live in.
Fantastic.
Some time ago, I was speaking with a youth who was waiting for one of the electoral promises of this president's administration, which was that, you know, poor people would be entitled to 5,000 naira within this, before the end of the tenure. Now, is it possible that somebody gets this 5,000 and transforms his or her life, and how does he, you know, manage 5,000? You know how meager it is. How do you use that little amount of money
if it does come? Yes.
To make,
you know, it's, I don't even think that could be. It's like you have a wound. It's like a band-aid on your wound. That's not what it is. For me, I'm not a politician, so please bear with me. But politically, I think we need to talk about political entrepreneurship. In other words, where the politicians are held accountable for the type of infrastructure there is or isn't, or the environment that is conducive for innovation and creativity, so that these children can create for themselves, so they can earn for themselves. So if you give them, when I came in, I encountered the same situation at the airport. These boys rushed me for money. And I took 20 minutes. By the time I was done, they laid their arms down, said, Madam, we want to follow you, we want change. So they need to be taught how to fish for themselves. That is something that America has something similar, but it's totally a little different. We don't want, do you want a handout? No. unless the person can help themselves, first they need to create opportunity that they can use to build for themselves so they can have a quality life. So I think it's a band-aid more or less, but it's a good start somehow.
Okay.
But I don't think it's the answer.
What are you doing? Because I hear you speak so eloquently about what should be done. I'd like to know what you're doing. And like Mariah said, it's not about us. It's about those that have no idea what to do. The people you encountered that you were able to talk to and convince them. So what are you doing now to reach out to them and get them to understand that they can change their future?
Yes.
May I add to the question?
Yes, please.
What you're doing, how can I do the same? What can I do to empower the people around me? Because it's not you alone. You're
One
unable.
person can do it.
Yeah.
Totally. Just help me because of old age. When I finish answering hers, just you want to remind me. So I got into this. As a matter of fact, our program, we operate out of the University of Maryland College Park. Students, and the goal here, as they keep pushing me, a media person pushed me. He said, Margaret, Nigeria needs. I've heard it over the years, but I resisted because it's very difficult to get things done here. I don't know why, but God help us all. So what we did is, the organization is, it's called Witati Center for Creative Thinking, Leadership and Business Development. We put them in schools or organizations, wherever it is accepted. We've been offered actually something already here in Lagos. So what it is that in that particular situation, the students come together. We have quarterly programs, we have monthly programs where we get the successful, like say if it's a business person, if we have a business series, who would come and now talk to the student. How many of you here would like to own your own business? And they say, we have a business, we have somebody who's a business solution specialist. And someone say, well, I don't want to run a business. I want to be a corporate leader when I grow up someday. And then we bring people who have made it in the corporate world and corporate leadership. So they now become mentors to them and those who need help. So, and then in 2012, the student body that came from University of Maryland, I'm using that because that's where we're based, and they were crying because we connected them. The last convention, I brought a billionaire from Tanzania, and they touched and said, wow, they're human beings like me. Just imagine what that can do to somebody.
Let me take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk to Chidinma and get more experiences. Stay with us, we'll be right back. All right, so welcome back. Now, the truth is, just like before, while on the break, Chidinma was saying something about you always knew you wanted to do graphics, you wanted to go into painting and all arts and all that. Now, how do we as parents help our young people to find that dream early so they can know where they're going? Because the truth is, a lot of young people are clueless. They're out there applying for jobs where they know they don't really want to work, they want to do something, but they don't even know how to start. They can't even secure or find their own passion or what they're passionate about. How was Chidinma given that opportunity to find herself, and how do you advise parents to also help the kids to find what they
That's a great question. I think if people operate from a place of purpose and destiny instead of a place of financial wealth, then they will find wealth accidentally, if that makes any sense. I remember when she first got to school, another Nigerian mom went to visit her at the university, and she said, Chichi is a roommate to her daughter. She said, Chichi, what do you want to do? Chichi said, Chichi actually called me crying. She's like, the woman said to her, because you know, we tend to be very opinionated where we don't, nobody gives a rat what you think. So she goes, oh my God, you should be a nurse. What are you going to do with this and that? Chichi called me, and I told that woman, you stay off. Because my job is to help her become who God has created her to be. That if it is your destiny that you are going to be an artist, because her work has been defined to be categorized as that of compared to that of Gauguin and Picasso. You've got to see for yourself that if God is destined you for something, and you're the only one doing it, He will prosper you in it. So we are unusual. I'm not telling you that I'm better than anybody, but I know the power of letting a child's creativity reign. Because some of them think they got to be lawyer, doctor, and this. They don't rule the world. It's the innovators, those who dare to stand on what their gift is in life. Fantastic. Then the educational, whatever they've gotten, will help them balance and gain more confidence as they travel.
Let me take this call. Olawale, are you there? Oh, sorry, I lost that call.
I was going to ask that. what I see amongst Nigerian youth is not the lack of education, but the arrogance to get into the job, to do the dirty job. For instance, somebody studies mechanical engineering and doesn't want to get dirty, doesn't want to get stained with engine oil and all that. Where is the place of that arrogance? Well, how does it, impede our success?
Arrogance and poverty cannot reside in the same household. You see, that's the problem. That's why there's so many gutters is thinking, because the people who are supposed to do it are busy with a tie because they're living to be impressionist. Most people want to impress people. That has no, if you take a job, and I talked about that on Voice of America TV, they interviewed me previously to come in here, that in America, you could be a janitor, the one who cleans and sweeps, but you have a dignified life. Nobody laughs at you, nobody splashes water on you just because they're in a higher car. We are all God's children. For the exception of, for the grace of God, you ended up on the other side. What makes you think that your life is better? So I'm saying that is again a mindset change, that others should appreciate people no matter the level of job they do.
I don't want to lose this call again. Lawale, are you still there?
I'm here.
Good morning, please go ahead.
Good morning.
Morning.
So these people you are bringing on your program, you want them to give us their number, because the person you call back and get their number after the program. Sometimes when you call back, you get no response. Please,
for them or Commentary University?
No, it's anybody that is content that you bring to the program.
Oh yeah, we're working on that. Okay.
Let them give us their number so that I can link to them.
All right.
Okay, I'm very, very encouraged, hearing you speak and how your daughter has come up, under your tutelage. And I have people who walk up to me every day who think that I'm established, I've done good for myself, and they say, Jumoke, I want you to mentor me. I think it's a lot of pressure. I run away from it. So my question to you before was, how do I help the people around me? Because it's not just you. All of us need to get involved.
Definitely. That's a great question. See, at the end of life, it's not how great you did personally, how deep your pocket was, but how many people's lives are better because you lived.
Sure.
Therefore, you don't run away, but find a structure. You can't do it all. No one person can do it. I have a good entourage that works with me, but they have to reflect my spirit in what I do. Compassion is key for us. For us, nobody is irrelevant. So what you do then, that means you've come up higher. When people see you operating from the prism, they would like to see themselves. So what you do, you take one or two that you know you can manage, you can help, and give them the guidance. And then maybe you have a calling to start something that you can use to help other people.
I have a long distance call from Kaduna. Good morning, Umar. Are you there?
Yeah.
Umar, go ahead. Hi,
Kaduna. Yeah, fine.
Go ahead, please.
My sister, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
So I want to come to the great man of the time, Vice President. That's the program I'd like to see. Last time I quit from your program because of this feminism. So,
Umar, we can't understand what you're saying.
No.
All right, thank you very much. Any questions on Twitter, please?
Based on what she just said, another thing is when people come to you and all they ask of is money, as in, you know that it is just money. They just want you to put them on a salary and all that. So how do you
help guide them in the right direction?
That is very rampant. It's something that it's like rotten apple. That if we don't stamp it, Nigeria is not going anywhere. There's a lot of expectation that has no foundation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You need to ask. That's what I did to them at the airport. I said, why do I need to give you money to let me pass through already payment dues? By the time I was done with them, again, it goes back to that mindset change. You call the person and say, why do I owe you anything, right? So what it is that you have to think about how to counter it and talk to them in a way that I break people down, but I build them back up before they leave. It's important. A lot of people break people and walk away. That's the wrong thing to do. So the people that are asking you, first of all, ask them, what do you have in your hand that I can help you? You follow me? When people come and ask me for help, I say, show me how far you've come. You can't ask for help without having any start.
Where's your jar of oil? How do you cope with your mom?
One, I'm here, because of her. But I think a lot of it, my mom is very inspirational, and I don't think I would be as far as I am at my age in the arts and being on this level and this platform with Tati Next Generation. I don't think I would be anywhere doing any of this without her. So I think having a strong mother who has a Juris Doctor degree and has made her way from Nigeria, a small village in Nigeria, to the US, and has been able to be successful from that, I think there's a lot to be said for.
Yes,
So
let me take a few tweets. October 19 says, many of our celebs now started from the street. We should empower every nooks of youth. Danny says, Margaret Duroke is right. Nobody should think because he's up there should oppress the people lower than them. Olga says, corruption is dug deep in the life of our youth today. Many don't want to work, waiting for government to create jobs without help.
Unfortunately, our time is far spent. I'd like you to live with the last words. What would you like to say to young people out there?
First of all, if I take a little plug, this from this 12th through the 14th, we're going to have our first ever Tati International Youth Empowerment Convention in partnership with Unilag, and I want to give a shout out to Unilag because they're doing the right thing. The VC, Mr. Bello, is the bomb. So the
Besides of being electrocuted and
no, truthfully, I mean, you got to speak the truth where it is. So we are offering a good number of them a free space to come and be part of this because the stats will change and the time is now. So if you are going through life, don't look for the path to least resistance. There is nothing there, honestly. So you need to find your part, be willing. It took me 24 years to find myself. There was a time I forgot people got paid except when I needed to buy something. So in other words, if you don't make money your primary motivation to do something, I'm telling you, money will find you. Believe in yourself. Look for the path that God has called you. Don't worry about what they drive or where they live in, because it's not what you drive, it's what drives you. It's not what you live in, but where you live in.
Fantastic.
So for those of you that are interested in participating in this, please, you can go to wutaticonvention.com to get additional information on there, or check us out on Thursday, Friday at Unilag from 9 to 5, and then the Saturday we have a platform.
November 12th to the 14th.
The 14th is the banquet.
And it's
the
free.
Office of the Presidency.
It's free.
Yes, it
It's
is free.
with registration.
Yeah, but they have to register, go there. The Office of the Presidency is also in support. The Lagos State House of Assembly is also in support. Mrs. Tojesio is going to be there. So many people have embraced it, and they say the time is now.
Fantastic.
High five, ma'am.
Well done. Very well done.
Thank you.
So look out for you. Look out for Chichi.
Yeah.
Chidima. I'd like to thank Coventry University. Don't forget, Coventry University also, I don't have the website here, but we'll slide it on screen. You can check it out because they are saying that they can you can come to the university in the UK. There are various scholarships available. So please, we had a fantastic show today. So many help for young people out there.
Get empowered.
You can be empowered if you choose to be empowered.
Yeah.
God bless you. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.